Well, the minimum aim of promotion to the Championship has been achieved this season, but we still have a chance of winning a trophy. In this case, the League One title. We've got 2 games left. Let's see if we can go and seal the title. And we do that off the back of a pretty good run as of late. Obviously, the last episode was the games against Portsmouth and Millwall, where we secured promotion despite a 2-1 defeat to Millwall. But that has actually been our only defeat in the last, 9 games, and only 2 defeats in the last 12, which means that we are top of League One, 2 games to go, 3 points clear, and we could seal the title today if we, assuming we win and Barnsley draw or lose. So even if we draw and Barnsley lose, we would still wrap up the title with 1 game to spare. But that obviously assumes we actually win, Barnsley drop points, and it'd be actually interesting to know what games Barnsley have left. So we have Bolton in today's match. Bolton currently sitting in 9th with an outside chance of the playoffs. And then we play Mansfield on the last day of the season, who are in a relegation fight. Wow, they're almost down. They might actually be down by the time we end up playing them. Hopefully that'll be the case because then they'll have nothing to play for. And for Barnsley, who do they have? Well, they're at Huddersfield, who are already relegated. Brilliant. So they've got nothing to play for. And then they have a home match against Notts County, who I think are down here. Yeah. So they're fighting relegation, but they might already be safe by the time we actually come to play them. Oh, sorry, they come to play them. So we just have to focus on getting the points needed that we need to secure the title. And this is going to be the 11 that we are going to send out. Selvik in goal, back four of Magoma, Langas, Bar, De Jesus, who is in for the injured Capilla Rivera, by the way. He got injured midweek, but he's out for the season. A dislocated shoulder, ouch, which means his loan spot. He's still going to be on loan with us, but he'll go back to Porto before he actually plays another game, which is a shame because he's had a very good season for us. Okay, only 2 assists, but he's been linking up play very, very well on the right-hand side, so it'd be a shame to miss him. Simons and Dobson. Simons has been given a new contract for the next 2 years. The return of Carl Daly on the left wing. East in the attacking midfield centre with Alves on the right-hand side. Dumba, the man up front. Carl Daly came back a couple of games ago. He's just been coming off the bench, getting some match fitness in. Adam Eder has only just come back from his injury, so he'll be on the bench for this one. Dumba will continue to lead the line, which is absolutely fine because he has been in the goals recently, although the last match, which was a barn burner of a match against Reading, should have shown that one, actually, the way that match turned out. A 4-3 win. Actually, did Dumba score? Yeah, Dumba scored twice. In the game before, he scored once, which was a penalty, and didn't really do anything for the rest of the match, so he is pretty much someone you just want to get on the end of any opportunities, so he'll hopefully put him in the back of the net. Which, to be fair, for a striker is all I can ask, certainly in the lower leagues, as we go higher up. From next season, basically, I will want the striker to be more involved in play, certainly in attacking midfield onwards, as Carl Daly trying to get on the end of that, but he wasn't going to catch it, bless him. He's got the pace, but he can't account for pretty bad passes. But overall, the minimum aim of going up to the Championship, thankfully, long since done. So now we're just in a straight shootout with Barnsley for the League One title. If we can wrap it up today, that would be fantastic. It would be the icing on the cake. As who was that? Was that Nathan East on the end of almost on the end of that? That would have been pretty sweet to see. We are on key highlights, so I don't know why this is going on for so long. But it'd be nice to get another trophy lifting, if anything, for my burgeoning managerial reputation. And for goodness sake, who is that? Langas, you have been poor recently. He made a poor passing option against Reading, which is what contributed to one of their goals. Oh, what a save by Selvik. Everything's happening in the first 2 minutes. What's going on? A penalty miss for Bolton. Selvik saves a penalty. I'm criticising Langas. And I'm going on about us being in a straight title fight with Barnsley. But overall, a dominant season. And for both us and Barnsley, actually, because no one else is anywhere near us, which is quite amazing. I mean, a lot of people would probably have had Watford down to dominate anyway, but Barnsley also being there, this looks like one of their good seasons in League One, and that's an excellent way to finish. A good move there. Alves with a sweeping ball in, and Dumba just sweeps it home. And that's his 4th goal in the last 3 matches. The man is on form. He's doing everything to keep Ida out of this squad. Injury obviously helped with that, but even with Ida back, I'm loath to drop Dumba while he's in this form, because why would you drop a goal scorer who is in serious goal scoring form? He's got that purple patch, so I want us to make the most of that as much as possible to end the season. I mean, Ida will probably start next season anyway, so it's fine. Dumba, on the other hand, I think he's an important player, so I'm going to have to make some serious decisions about my strike force this summer. Carl Daly I can see playing out on the left. Not a problem. Alves, we might need to improve on him for the Championship. Certainly in the midfield as well, as that was pretty poor by East. I think that was East anyway. I think we need to improve on the right-hand side of attacking, also our wings on the right-hand side. As for our defence, Barr's obviously going to go back to Manchester City. We've got Cashin, we've got Hill, and we've got Langas, if he can improve on his recent mistakes. I know you haven't really seen them, apart from that one penalty he gave away. But he's made a few mistakes recently, so I've been trying out Hill and Cashin from the bench when possible towards the end of games. So maybe Langas just has to settle in. We'll give him the summer and we'll see how he goes next season. As it stands, he's still showing as a Premier League defender, as is James Hill. Goodness me, I can't get the names right still. Right, 1-0 at half time, if you're just using this as a radio show. Just to motivating the boys for the second half, pick up and find another gear while we go back to hopefully planning out our squad for next season. A title, like I said, icing on the cake. It's not necessary, but I'd love to win it. But as we're now promoted to the Championship, we need to get a squad ready for competing in the Championship next season. Obviously, the last time that Watford were in the Championship, they got relegated. And I need a drink. Oh, good grief, my voice is coming all of a sudden. I've only just started talking, damn. And I've got a lot more to do because I need to plan a squad. Defenders, we've got a few central defenders, obviously, as I went through them earlier. Bar going back to Manchester City, we're not likely to get him back. Capilla Rivera as a right back, I'd love to get back from Porto or even buy him, but Porto might be asking for several million, which we don't really have in the bank at the moment. Oh, East, I don't know if he's trying to do a shot or a cross there, but it is just wide of the post. In central midfield, I don't know what we're going to do there. Simons is tied down for another 2 years, which seems fine, but I think we need to get other players in to try and improve on him. He is 27, he can only go as far as the Championship. I think he's a good mid-table Championship player. Not necessarily for one that is any higher. I mean, next season, technically, if we finish mid-table as a newly promoted side, I would absolutely take it. But beyond that, we're going to need to sell on Simons, I think. Which is why I did put a £3.5 million clause in his contract. So that way, if anybody wants to pay money for him, because we brought him in on a free, it's all profit, baby. All profit, and what a driven shot that was off the post. Goodness me. And that's pass/cross has just gone beyond the goal line. But midfield, I will be looking for some younger central midfielders and defensive midfielders as well, because you've got Dobson, who's 32 years old. I don't think he'll make the step up to the Championship again. And who else was there? Traversa, he's barely played. Dumba is through here, and Dumba puts it wide off the far post. Oh, you would have banked on him getting that. And it's 82 minutes. I've not made any subs. What the heck? Ida's coming on for Dumba. There's a lot of tired legs, actually. Alves on the right-hand side. Yeah, he can play there. He can play as a winger. He'll be fine. Hill can play for Langas. Mateju can go on for Magoma. Magoma is leaving at the end of the season, by the way. He's exploring his options. And Traversa will go on for Dobson. And Traversa's played more games from the bench recently, but it has literally only been in like the last month. Roughly around the time we started getting promoted. Daly, he's been very quiet today, by the way. East, seen more of him on the ball, which is fine. I say seen more of him on the ball. We've seen him being giving away the ball more often. But I suppose he's that type of player who likes to make things happen, which is fine. Robinson on the right-hand side plays into De Jesus. Robinson into East. Oh, Ida had a shot, but it was blocked. It is a corner. Again, no corners. I do seriously need to sort out set pieces. I've been saying that all season. I need to do that in the off-season. There's hopefully no point in doing that now. Hopefully. because I just realised it's the 90th minute and I've not actually done any instructions. Let's just quickly sort that out. Just get it all balanced. As I've just realised I haven't even looked at the Barnsley score. Oh my, James Hill. It's going down to the final day unless Barnsley have absolutely screwed it up. I'm not changing the instructions now because it's not going to have any difference. That's just unlucky. Bolton have seriously had our number this season. That is sickening. Right, let's have a look at the league table. I didn't even know what happened to Barnsley. Oh, they won. Okay. Where were they? They won 2-1. Oof, okay, I was going to say they won it late, but no, they didn't. Right, so there's a point in it. We have to win. We're playing Mansfield, who are relegated, and Barnsley have Notts County, who are safe. Right, let's go and do the business versus Mansfield. So naturally, we have a title decider coming up now, and obviously I've picked up a couple of injuries, or 2 more injuries in that case. Capilla Rivera, we already know, is out for the season. De Jesus, who would have been the right back for this match, he's picked up an injury. I did give him a pain injection, but it's still saying that he's injured for another 6 days. So I don't know if he is able to play in this match. So I'm actually not going to risk it. He's actually going to be here next season anyway. Traversa is also injured. He's back in 3 days, but obviously he'll be back for next season effectively. Ida still starts on the bench. Ngaka comes in at right back in what will be his last match for us, most likely, because he is on the transfer list by request. £7.5 million. Whether anyone will pay that, who knows? But other than that, no changes. We're just going to get into this match. We should really have won that last match. And to be fair, if we'd won that last match, we still wouldn't have wrapped up the title because we would have been 3 points clear. But I think our goal difference is far superior to Barnsley's, I think. Win this one for the fans and seal the title. Let's go for recent form standings. Yeah, we'll go for that. I'm not going to mention anything about the title. I've just held a team meeting saying to take the pressure off of them, just play your normal game. That's all I want them to do. Play a normal game. My goodness, we haven't been in a stadium this small. And oh my gosh, I can see everything beyond the stadium, I think, for the first time. There's actually a town beyond it. That's quite cool. Not played in a stadium this small since deep in non-league. And why are we wearing yellow along with Mansfield's yellow? Oh, that's not confusing at all. Okay, so we're in the yellow and red. Mansfield are in yellow and blue. Fine, right. So we're going from left to right. That is just horrible to look at. It's all yellow out here on a very, very bright green pitch, which looks almost the same colour. Magoma into the middle, and there is Nathan East. He puts us 1-0 up inside 3 minutes. We have begun. Remember, Mansfield are already relegated. They've got nothing to play for, so hopefully they play accordingly. Play like there's, you know what, you've got no hope, and that's literally what you have, no hope. You're not staying up regardless, so just roll over and let us win. Barnsley, meanwhile, are playing Notts County, who are also staying up. They've survived. So as it stands, we will win the title by 3 points because Barnsley are drawing against Notts County. The last match, I was going through squad planning, or starting to go through squad planning. I think it's probably best that we focus in on this match and hopefully focus in on sealing the title. Simons, he has sealed his agreement of that new contract with a goal. He hasn't sealed the title just yet, but he has signed a new contract with us. It has officially gone through between the last match and this match. I thought it had already done before this episode began, but apparently not. Good free kick. I think that's the first time we've scored directly from a free kick in probably ever. I don't actually remember if we've done so. Corners are probably just as rare. It's rare that we see a corner full stop. East playing the ball over to Carl Daly, who couldn't quite get to that ball. Magoma. Balls were cycled back out to Daly on the left-hand side. Plays it in and Dumba's effort is just blocked. Alves. Ball just bounces off him and is given to Mansfield again. But we will focus in on this game. Well won back there by Alves. We will just focus in on this game. I'll save the squad planning for the next episode. there's no need to go through it right now, because obviously we've got transfers after this, regardless of what happens. Although, like I said, not essential to win the League One title. We've done the promotion part, but it would be lovely to seal this season with a trophy. Another trophy for me in my burgeoning managerial career, and that's a header just off the post. But I think it was offside, which is a shame. But certain players I would like to shout out during this match. First up, Nathan East, who scored the first goal in this match. He has had a very good season for us. I think Watford dropping down to League One has definitely helped him out in his development, because he's got a lot more game time. I think he did get some game time last season in the Championship, but in a relegation fight, it's not the most ideal of circumstances, is it? So for Nathan East, it has been a breakthrough year. And oh my gosh, they've just hit the post off a wild effort from the edge of the area. Don't know how they did that. Carl Daly, he's continued his developments, especially since coming to Watford, because it's something I haven't actually mentioned before. We've got very good training facilities here, which means players are going to improve. So for young players, it is an absolute treat to see them improve with these facilities. And Carl Daly is just going to go strength to strength. He is currently a very good Championship player. At the moment, still Premier League potential. He couldn't quite keep that ball in, which is a shame. Ignore that. He's still got Premier League potential, and hopefully he can see that realised with us, especially if we do well in the Championship next season. I'm not expecting us to go up, but it would be nice to see ourselves into the top half. Although if we do finish in mid-table, I would certainly take that as a newly promoted team. Again, if you're listening to this as a radio show, we are 2-0 up. Just started the second half. We've literally just kicked off 15 seconds in. Other players who have done very well, Juma Bar at the back helped stabilise things a little bit, but he's going back to Manchester City. He is unfortunately just a lone player. I doubt we're going to be getting him back unless we're able to buy him for like £3 million. And Gaka, can you control that properly, please? Thank you. Other players who have made a difference, Ida, his few goals before he got injured, really put us on a good run of form since January. Dobson, with the shots, and it is just wide. I think it was out for a corner. Not that we'll know. Barnsley, meanwhile, are 1-0 up against Notts County, so the gap at the top of the table is back to just 1 point. So still on a knife edge, but you can see the difference between the top two and Millwall in third place. Utterly immense. Selvik has done very well. I think he's seen off the challenge of McKenna, who was a better goalkeeper coming in, but he has led the team really, really well as one of our team leaders. Very happy with him, his attitude. Apart from when he's been injured, he's pretty much been an ever-present. Magoma into the box by the way. And Simons bags his second goal of the game. He is really celebrating that new contract. And Magoma with what might possibly be his last goal contribution for the club before he leaves on a free transfer. He's done well, but if he doesn't want to be here, he doesn't want to be here. There's nothing we can do. And so, I tell you what, I had my doubts about Simons possibly stepping up with us for next season, but if he does that more often, then he'll be absolutely fine in that role. I think we might continue with defensive midfielder as Carl Daly. Dude, don't give that ball away there, please. Dobson does well to win it back into East on the right-hand side. Cuts inside, scoops it. I think he was trying to find Dumba, but he's not tall enough to get to that ball. Right, I have to remember, we are in the 64th minute now. Not to wait to the 82nd minute to make substitutions like I did last time. In fact, we will do that now. Ida is going to come on for Dumba. Mateju is going to go on for Magoma. So Magoma, he leaves with our blessing, and he hopefully gets a standing ovation from the visiting fans. And not Hill. In fact, I could bring Hill on as a right back, so we'll do that eventually. Langas will go off for Cashin. Cashin's been very, very quiet in his role as a centre-back this year, but he's done what has been asked of him. Yeah, our defence has been shaky, but you could say that about the whole lot. I think that's more down to my tactical setup rather than anything else. Cashin has actually been half decent this season, so I will give him that. He dropped out the team recently, but that's not his fault. It's because I wanted to play Langas more, because otherwise he was going to get a grumpy on about being an important player. Also, Langas is supposedly a Premier League player, so I wanted to use him a little bit more, cash in as a squad player. He'll be alright in the Championship, and that was a poor throw. And who did that? That was Moteju. Goodness me, you're lucky Dobson's on good form today, because the amount of times we've lost the ball and he's won it back, and he's started an attack that has led to a goal by Nathan East. That's his second of the game as well. We've got 2 players on hat-tricks, by the way, and neither of them involve our strikers. That's crazy. Ida with the assist, actually. Fair enough, he's come back in and he's already in the goal contributions. Excellent stuff. That's what I want from a £9 million striker. As we are currently 4-0 up. Barnsley are 2-0 up, so it's just as well. I think we've got a couple more substitutions. Yeah, so Robinson. Do you know what, Daly? Have a standing ovation going off. And Slater, what will probably be his last appearance for us, he will go on for Dobson. Dobson can have a bit of a break as well. James Hill is not going to be coming in. Letting Ngake finish up. It'll probably be his last appearance for the club as well. We'll just drop a little bit of praise for the boys with 7 minutes to go. We'll do the game management stuff now. I'm not going to pause the game because we don't need it to be any longer than it currently already is. Drop much more often. Regroup. All that good stuff. It's just about seeing out the game now as much as possible. I mean, Mansfield are going forward here. They've just ghosted through one of our players. That's a great save by Selvig. Excellent save. Forced the corner. Which Mansfield get? Why did Mansfield get the corner and we get absolutely nothing? That's just horrible. Come on, game. I really do need to sort out my set pieces. I know I've been saying that for so long, but I need to do it off season as early as possible. So when the boys come back, they can just get themselves familiar with what I want from them set pieces wise. And Ngake playing it into Nathan East. Alves. If East or Simons could get a hat-trick, that's a foul, that would be wonderful. Not essential, but that would be a lovely way to finish off the season. To cap a league title victory, Slater plays it into East, and East hits the bar. Oh, that was so close. Oh, he almost won it. It almost got a hat-trick there. But it seems that we will be finishing 4-0, and that is a trophy lift. There you go. League 1 has been conquered. So we've won the National League North, we've won the National League, League 2, now League 1. We're legitimately just missing the Championship and the Premier League at this point. Could we win the Championship with Watford? Who knows? I'm going on record now as saying probably not next season, but you never know. But on our way back to the Championship, Watford will be lifting the League 1 trophy. Well done, boys. Now we build this squad for the Championship for next season. And they can target survival all they want. I'm targeting a little bit more than that. Mid-table at minimum, as far as I'm concerned. But preferably top half, so that way we can set ourselves up for a promotion push the following season. If we get promoted next season, I will be amazed. I'll be pleasantly surprised, but I'll be amazed and scared at the same time. Because this squad right now would not be ready for the Premier League. But enough of that. That will be the next episode when we have the transfers, of course. We're going to celebrate our promotion and title win. What a fight that was with Barnsley, by the way. They ran us hard throughout the season. But next episode, season review and transfers as we prepare ourselves for the Championship, where Watford should be at minimum. So if you have enjoyed this episode, if you've enjoyed another title win on our way into the Championship for next season, make sure you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the summer transfers that are coming up. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you all for your support on the series so far, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.